Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, your necromancer, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you to Iratus Lord of the Dead. And we're almost at the Dhampirs. We should reach them this episode, meaning we should be able to recruit them at long last. But first, we have this fountain of restoration here, and we've got a bunch of injured little undead here.
My sense of direction might be getting rusty.
Is it? Because I think it worked out quite well. So, let us now make sure we rearrange the team back to what it properly should be. Excellent. We have everyone in the places they need to be. You know what? I might as well put you in there. No reason not to. I also realized I had the wrong amulet equipped for all of last episode, and I had the spell power amulet equipped, not the ward amulet. Oops. And so now the best thing we need to do is just work out a better amulet for there, I suppose. And if we start with full wrath, you should be able to just make everything go insane immediately. So yeah, that works. We can do that. Alright then, let's just go ahead and see what it is that we find. Right, and you actually go first as well. Well, problem with that is that 3 of them have a ward save. What's this scout thing? I don't know. You're a barbarian, are you? Well, you know what? I don't think it's a bad, cheap use of magic if we want to just, quickly make you insane. There we go. You'll lose 50%, 40% vigor at the end of each round. Excellent. That means you're almost dead. Cowardice has a 20% extra chance to flee. Okay, you have an awful lot of armor, which I didn't realize. My bad. On their next action, the scout deals 200% damage to the minions targeting at this location. Well, we aren't having that. If you now do this, you'll also... Oh, wait, you won't knock yourself back, because that's not how you work. I mean, you can restore their sanity all you want. It doesn't change the fact they're just bloody insane. You know that, right? Right. You could now just absorb vigor from everyone. It's a little bit wasted, given how much health you're on. But it also does damage, so it's not so bad. Well, you're dead next round, aren't you, lady? And what's your... We'd better make sure we just do enough damage to ensure you're dead next round. Huh, that's awkward. We have no way to fix the stance at the moment. Well... Oh, and they're going next. So... Look, I'll be honest, I'm just gonna hit you. So that when it's your turn, you're just gonna murder yourself. You can now just absorb health from everything, basically fully restoring yourself. You skipped your turn, bloody amazing. You can honestly start attacking the bard.
Blow them to pieces!
Oh yes, definitely blow them to pieces if that's the sort of stuff you're gonna be doing. In fact, you know what? I need to remember the fact that that block exists. And you have also gone insane now. See how much XP I'm worth. Did you just say that? Did you just say something along the lines of see how much XP I'm worth?
This is my kind of
Ooh, an amazing crit right there. Well done. Well done. Well then, you have 2 buffs on you. Do you know what that means? It means go screw yourself. Ha 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 ha. And then there is just but one target to take the full bombardment of Kotra the Destroyer.
Another
Well done.
step towards my eternal
And
kingdom.
we got some epic gear. Nice. Very nice. And you are able to upgrade your cannon now. So what way can we upgrade it? Make it so it does stress damage instead. That's kind of crap. Honestly, given what we're normally like. In fact, I think I'd rather have you take that so you can get the accuracy boost. Well, I definitely think the auto-insanity worked very well. But it kind of will also only work if we make sure that they lose a point of resistance at the beginning of their next turn. So, Philosopher's Stone. After winning the battle, Iratus gains a non-consumable artifact. One-time use. Why have I not just equipped that? So, what can I do with you? If I upgrade the Happy Meal, you get a bigger boost in stats dependent on your buff, which means this will give you even more stats. How much does it give you? Twice as much attack and 50% more luck and evasion, and a tiny bit and 25% more health. Yeah, that's definitely the better effect. But what do these do, I wonder? Remove all debuffs, gain plus 15 vigor until the battle ends. You gain more vigor just for having the buff. Again, I should probably increase your accuracy. Oh, and by the way, I've actually done it this week. Harak the Unyielding actually has his mechanical eye in place, so the biggest weakness of the Headhunter is no longer a weakness. Ha 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 ha. So you know what? Let's go ahead and test out these factors. We are against a scout, a barbarian, and 2 rogues, you say. Interesting. Those rogues have a lot of evasion, and we have someone that cannot miss. Yes. Go ahead. See what that will do for you. Why don't you? Now then. You have crap tons of armor. I'm so glad I had Iratus take the trait that says, you know, your armor is reduced. There's also another fun trait I realize I have been kind of ignoring this entire time, which is, first up, Sundering Wrath doesn't use an action, meaning I can just place it at the front there. Oh, I misunderstood how it worked. You might as well keep screaming, Helena. You can now, once again, rip him to shreds. Loses all evasion. That is extremely bad for her. I'm better off sending you forward again. Yeah, that'll do. Ouch! Oh, you don't actually get the bonus buff of what it otherwise would be because of the fact of, you know, because you didn't eat someone to get it. Right. Okay. In that case, can you actually eat someone right now? You can't. Well, you know what you can do? You can murder that
This is
man.
what 1,000 years of evolution looks like. Yeah, pathetic.
Ooh, and now this guy is being big and annoying, and you have a very high hit chance. So you know what? You can do that. Next, you can do that to strip them of their armor. Because we don't need them having any armor. Right, now can you eat? No, you can't. He's got 3 HP too much. Crap. Okay, so I'm gonna have to attack you, but simply because, well, now you're dead. Although I could just rip you a new one. And now, no matter what, I win. Because you can shoot that. You now wail. And finally, you just do that. He's alive. How is he alive? Well, either way, he's
sad
dead.
display from mortal kind.
Did I not equip the Philosopher's Stone, then? Fucking Christ, I didn't.
Now I'm...
So what's our next fight? Our next fight is an ordinary fight. So we have to use Team 2, because we require Team 1 to fight the Dhampir. Because Team 1 is the only one that does stress damage. So first up, let's head on over to the Sacrificial Altar, where I'm going to put this random Dark Knight that I just got out of nowhere. I gain a Vulture's Feather. Interesting. When winning a battle, Iratus additionally gains 100% experience for the level. Nice. And some good bones. Cool. So now then, let us head on over here. Glorious. Oh, you want to hit him and remove all of his evasion? It's a Dark Knight. He doesn't care. Eat my stress. You became inspired. Fuck. Increases damage dealt, increases damage received. 75% chance to betray an ally. Okay, so you're the one we attack last. Noted. Good. I mean, you didn't do much with that because of the fact you can't exactly, because she's got too much armor. But good hit all the same, I guess. It is honestly the gargoyle I'm scared of. I may have changed my mind in that split second. Alright, Mr. Skeleton. You are technically the only one that can even practically hurt the gargoyle right now. Unfortunately, the rest have simply too much armor. So, if you do this, do we actually gain Wrath? We do. We did. Excellent. That stance can't be cancelled. Okay. You know what? You can adore me. For your bonus attack. I don't have much armor piercing, I think I'm starting to notice. Right then. So, you need to hit the gargoyle. You also need to hit the gargoyle. You really needed to hit the gargoyle, but what the hell ever, I suppose. I mean, if you did that, you'd kill the rogue. I figured you might. Man, this poor skeleton. He's just getting beat up with all of it, isn't he? Right, you're now dead. Yeah. Knew it. And you might as well do this just because it's true damage. And not any stupid kind of damage. Oh, that was simple. Ooh, what's this? Ring of the Leprechaun. Critical hits by minions and enemies deal 30% more damage. Okay. Light armor. For the first 2 turns of battle, minions receive 5% less damage. Oh. Oh. Oh, and then we get 3... I'm sorry, what percentage chance is that? I get a Book of Wisdom for leveling up. If no minions were killed in the battle, all minions that took part in the battle restored 20% vigor. Oh. Oh, what's the standard come under? That's the weapon. That's fine. I'll take that.
Now I will make...
Right, so ahead of us, we have a quest. The quest could be a battle, or it could be something random. We kind of hope it's not a battle, but it might be. You soon find that there is among your enemies a certain holy man who is becoming quite a thorn in your side. He is relentless, fanatical, performing raid after raid against your Dark Legion, and, at the same time, giving zealous speeches and bolstering morale of the rabble that oppose you. He's been particularly hard to corner, but you need to find a way to deal with him before he becomes a much bigger problem. Soon enough, you discover that this is the right-hand man of the Grand Inquisitor. Scout out his location and personally and attack him and his escort. This will cost 50 mana. Fine! Fine! Let us murder this this so-called zealot. The difference between a shield maiden and an elite shield maiden is it's got block and ward a bit. Oh, but there's also a bard, which is annoying. So, first stage first. Because we're gonna do some sanity damage to you. Next, actually, this will do nothing but hurt the one that can't be hurt and remove most of everything's ward. So...
Antediluvian evil comes for you.
Eat my insanity. Eat it! Right. You can shoot someone, which, frankly, probably seems like a really good idea, considering there's an elite bard. Actually. Fuck. Alright, alright. Well. Considering you redirect all attacks from the bard, let's cause your insanity, shall we?
Give them no.
Yeah, that's right. Hopeless. Decreases damage dealt by 50%. Removes all block and ward. You need more armor, don't you? God damn it, stop stunning him.
One more for the stock.
Wow, that was a nice heart attack. I wasn't expecting that. That happened awfully easily. You removed debuffs, of which there were basically none. Because of the fact we've just been placing traps everywhere. Well done. Well done. That's another form of insanity with more hopelessness. Excellent. Would you fucking stop moving yourself so that we hit you by accident? It would be quite appreciated. You know what? You can just fill up your weapon, gain a bit of tankiness. Wait and see what happens. Right.
Ah, your frail
That's a nice
bodies fail you.
bit of crit. You have a chance to betray an ally. Excellent. Kinda don't want to attack because of that fucking stance. So you know what? Just re-insane this girl. Jesus Christ! Alright then. Alright then. Again. Buff yourself, please. You can buffer all you want. That's actually preferable, considering. Probably. Let's just give you a nice heart attack, lady. Excellent. You're insane, which makes you a coward. Well, we can't have any of that. I really hate this team and its defending of everyone. Quite frankly. It's really starting to get on my nerves. Especially this fucking swordsman. You have -10 luck. Meaning this will likely deal all of your insanity. But you will attack us if I hit you with it. Oh, you're no longer in the stance. Oh, fucking perfect. Right, she no longer has any...
Death delivered.
Excellent. That's what I like to see. Right. Just one man left. And he's feeling awfully slow, isn't he? Would you like to go a little bit insane, good chap? Would seriously help me out. I'm kind of scared now he's just gonna have another attack. There's gonna be another fight after this. Isn't there? After a satisfying slaughter, you get a chance to collect your rewards from the dead cleric. Other than his body and those of his bodyguards, you find a parcel containing his belongings. Among them, you find an item of dark power, as well as some rather interesting documents pertaining to unholy magic. Ooh, interesting. All minions and enemies gain plus 15 evasion until the battle ends. Definitely an interesting one. Alright, well, here's the thing. We're now exceptionally hurt. Like, too hurt to properly do anything. So, the only thought process I can have on how to do this next fight, then, is have team mega damage, but replace Helenetta the Poet with Juraxus the Tormentor to make the Dhampir go insane for us. And we pray that works. In the meanwhile, though... Ooh, I can buy an upgrade. What was the upgrade I was going for? I can't even remember. Maybe that one? Increases the amount of wrath that Iratus earns in the end of... that Iratus gains in battle by 50%. Honestly, yeah, that does seem like a good one. What's this other one? Distillation. Deal 10% more damage and receive 10% less damage for one battle. I'm not sure how useful that is at the moment. Right, let's use a Book of Ancient Wisdom so that Iratus can just level up at the end of this fight. Seems like a good plan to me. Let's go! That's a lot of block and ward you have there, lady. And a lot of attack. That is very awkward, quite frankly. How about I take care of this swordsman first, because he's the one I don't like. Then... I will hit you with it, because I'm going to have to. Good strike, good hit. Right, now you can corrosive cloud her. I really don't like you, lady. There we go. Now we can start having one insane little Dhampir. Oh yeah, you can do stress damage. I forgot about that. And then that moves you to a random position, which in turn will do stress damage to the rest because of the amount of clouds we have. I'm sorry, what? And that's a restart, because fuck that! Okay. This requires a lot more thought than I thought it did.
My kingdom comes!
Probably a bit of luck. So, first things first. If you can make her go insane, or something along those lines. Good crit, well done. I love you. That removes all your evasion, which you don't give two wickety dams about. If I just hit you with that...
Move those mortal legs.
You will start doing what you need to do. Don't you dare do that sort of thing, lady. We have been told I need to leave her as the sole survivor. So, the sole survivor, she shall be.
Maybe I'll craft this one into...
Goodbye, good night. Let's hit you with this again. Still not insane. Alright. You know what? Fine. Fine, you know why that's fine? The ghoul can just do this. In fact, frankly, she should do that at the end of every battle. What's your insanity? Chance to betray an ally. Well, that's really bad. But honestly, you having betrayal probably works out better, because you're less likely to attack us and more likely to attack her, who has all the block. So it's perfectly fine. How are you not insane yet, lady? Minus 20% chance of insanity. Plus 6 attack for each vampire in the enemy squad. If she is alone in her squad while insane, the battle ends and she joins Iratus. You don't escape. You can only have a heart attack. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's try this again now, shall we? As we pray that they don't all, you know, whatchamacallit.
Strength through
If I send you forward one. You can then do that to do a bunch of insanity. You can then do this to push yourself forward and away from him. He can then do this just to start removing the horde. Why the crit? Why the fucking crit?
Ooh, this one voided its bowels just as
Excellent crit then, just what we needed. Right, again, if I push you forward, you will deal insanity damage to everyone. And plus... Right, now... That was amazing! I'm sorry. So I just got the 5% chance to execute the man. Sweet! Sweet! Alright, let's buff you and your... wrath. Well, that's bad. Removes all armor. They didn't have any! You can't do that at the moment because of the fact you're in the wrong position. So if we now send you back, you will be able to. Okay, lady. You need to murder that girl, who unfortunately for us is very hard to murder due to the fact she has too much armor. So, two ways I can go about this. If I sense them, it will move them, so you will take the stress damage of being in the pool. However, we do need this lady dead. So, I'm better off just doing that to start executing her. Can you just go
as worthless
bloody
as you were in life, you will
insane.
be worth something
Hooray!
in death.
Hooray! We got ourselves a Dhampir! Nice. Now, do you count as a fallen Dhampir, or are you just a Dhampir? You're a fallen Dhampir. Just wanted to make sure. Excellent. We now have 4, which means the amount of wrath that we earn in battle is increased by 50%. Meaning, for the characters which have an awful good amount of wrath abilities, such as Siva the Beautiful and Levios the Eternal, we will be able to benefit from them significantly more. However, I could take this instead, or maybe some other abilities, such as summoning a basic Shade, Banshee, or Wrath. That could be interesting. And you know what else I haven't done? I can make 2 more things. Blood Phantasm, a rare example of a naturally occurring undead. Some even put forth theories that these are actually some kind of aggressive blood elemental and write many an arcane thesis defending their position. In reality, these phantoms are born with a single desire: revenge. Revenge against those that killed them, which in this case is usually Iratus. But it is not too difficult to distort their perception of reality, make them see the form they hate most imposed over your enemies, applying a few bindings to keep them from harming fellow minions, and they become splendid servants. Iratus takes special delight in the fact that they will spend an eternity haunted by his visage. And then there's the Shade, a soul that is trapped on the border of life and death, infused with necromantic energy, a soul that is trapped on the border of life and death, infused with necromantic energy, becomes a Shade. There. For more than a simple animated shadow, these creatures are conduits of power, and channel the great energies for their dark masters. They also serve as excellent spies and assailants around the workplace. Alright, you got good accuracy as a starting point. So, stance. All successful attacks against your minions cause the attacker to take stress damage equal to 100% of the damage dealt. Alright, reduces damage received from enemies by 10% as long as the Shade stance remains. So you seem like a good support character, Mr. Shade. Does not trigger movement-based abilities. The Shade and the target swap positions and gain 30 evasion for 1 action. Okay. Iratus recovers 12 mana. Iratus recovers 6 mana and gains 24 spell power for 2 turns. Target loses 30 accuracy for 2 turns. Gloom Claws. For each 1% sanity that the target is missing, inflict magical damage. When the target reaches 0 insanity, they receive 400% magical damage. Not actually that powerful when you look at the actual numbers. Really. Deep Shadows. Trap. Summons a cloud of darkness at the target position for 2 turns. Any target that moves into the cloud takes magical damage equal to 30% of their current vigor. Huh.
Only I.
Then what about you, Oh wait, you have a passive, don't you? Each time an enemy attacks the shade and misses, they receive 120% magic damage. Alright, that's... I like the shade. I thought they would be a stress character, considering you need to cause insanity. And indirectly they are, but at the same time, they're kind of a tank character. A support tank. What about you? The death of the Blood Phantasm restores vigor to their allies. Alright. Impale. Deal physical damage. Interesting. Phantasmal Assault. Attacks twice, dealing 50% with each attack. The Phantasm recovers vigor equal to 45% damage dealt. When receiving direct damage, restore vigor to all allies equal to 40% of the Phantasm's attack. Marks an ally, has a 100% chance to redirect any attack that attacks the marked minion to itself. When receiving direct damage, restores vigor to allies. Okay, you again are a tank! Marks a minion for 2 turns. Any characters that attack the marked minion receive damage. Physical attack deals a bonus damage for each buff or debuff on the target. Eternal Hatred. Ignition deals damage and sets the target on fire for the same amount of damage. I'm sorry, sets the target on fire until the battle ends for the same amount of damage. I don't see a difference between Wrath Eternal and Hate Eternal. Oh no, it's cheaper. That's what it is. They certainly seem like fun characters. Those guys. That's all I can say for sure. But congratulations, Miss Dhampir. You're going to be used... Actually, what else can I use you to? Manor. That would actually probably be a pretty decent option. Oh no, the Blood Phantasm's probably the best option. But I also need to worry about what I'm going to upgrade in my talents. And for now, the answer's just going to be that, just so I can get more wrath. Ooh, excellent. Now I have enough souls to do both the Blood Phantasm thing.
We are much alike, you and I. Revenge is what drives us.
So Blood Phantasm for the Mordatory. Excellent. That is so welcome. And then, do I want to upgrade my mana restoration so I can use more mana at the end of every combat? Or this, so that more minions can start upgrading? And frankly, I have to go with this, because I need 200 souls to upgrade the mana thing. Jesus Christ. Alright then, so now I am going to fight this team using this team. And you might ask me, Parafox, why are you not using the team that does stress damage instead of the other team? Well, that's simple. Because the other team is better at killing things, and you have the skeleton, which can just say, Insta insanity. Which will be very nice. So, hello, enemies. Oh, there's actually a Dhampir in this group. Well, I guess I'm dealing with both either way, then. Right, I guess the best response for me right now is just say, you all to burn. Alright, what's this? Attacks against a marked foe ignore block, ward, armor, and resistance. Remove all resistance. Look, as much as I really want a Vengeance Beam right now... And you know what? I think I will. Thanks to that little spell I just did.
Rot their flesh and their soul.
Right then. Next. How about the pair of you get burning even more? Right, now you can start eating their debuff. His debuffs, so he doesn't take as much damage. You have a crap ton of damage on you. So frankly, if I just hit you, you might be dead anyway, quite frankly. Not quite. Holy Fuck! Alright, I literally cannot Armageddon again. So, awkward. If I Armageddon, he is dead. So,
Congratulations.
alright. Guys, remember, his name is Vox the Imperishable. You're not meant to be able to kill him. Okay. Now then, with your turn, just make them keep burning. And yours, get the insanity train rolling. You became inspired, but you crit damaged anyway, so it didn't matter. You can just do a crap ton of stress damage right now, but you're better off applying a curse first. You can cannonball this guy.
Good.
Which is all it took to kill him.
More material.
Right then. We need you, lady, to frankly start going insane. If you could be so if you could be so kind. Thank you. What's that stance? Graceful riposte. Performs a counter strike against an enemy any enemy that attacks her. Good thing we're not. We're attacking the other one, because if we kill her, she dies. Goodbye. We win. We have ourselves a Dhampir.
Is the winning side.
Glorious. Okay. Unlocks a secret destruction spell. Deals 12 damage to all enemies and sets them on fire for 3 turns. That looks absolutely garbage for the amount of mana it costs. Did I ever look at the Dhampir's abilities? +1 attack and dread until the battle ends each time the Dhampir receives damage. Not bad. Normal accuracy, reasonable evasion, pretty high luck. Good, decent health. Block and ward is nice. Masterful thrust. Moves yourself forward, ignores armor and block. And the upgrade makes it so it doesn't miss. A critical hit restores vigor. Okay. Mocking riposte. Stance. Deals stress damage. Interrupts stances. The Dhampir enters a stance and deals damage to any enemy that attacks her. Okay. Counterattacks restore vigor. Not bad, actually. So in other words, if we just boost your attack power to all hell and back, places a trap on the enemy position for 2 turns. The enemy inside the trap can't move. Enemies that enter the trap receive 75% physical damage. Blast Pain costs Wrath. Sundering Squall costs Wrath. Target loses all armor. Target loses all resistance. Okay, so you're a method of just deleting resistance and enemy defenses. Noted. Right then, Harak the Unyielding, what can we do to level up your stats right now? Frankly, I think waiting a turn with you so you level up your attack again would be best. I think that damage resistance really makes a difference. How many bones do I need? 8? I still need 8 bones to get a Bone Sentinel? Jesus Christ. Okay then, team combat. Here's the final team. It's got a Bard, a Ghoul, a Dhampir, and an Elite Ranger. It is bloody annoying, and we hate it, but we're fighting it all the same, even though I forget to equip the one-time trinkets so that we can benefit from these sorts of things. Fun! Alright, so, first things first, who needs to die? Preferably the one we can't seem to hit. That is brilliant, and I love it. I'm not even going to bother trying to remove the Dhampir's ward, as I'm going to just kind of assume that it will likely be removed when we can. You've taken a bit of damage. Is it enough for one of these? I mean, this costs 50 Wrath. How much does yours cost? 40. What about you? What's yours cost? 30. Really? It's that cheap? Also, we do need to be attacking the person in the back, and not the ones which are closer, so... What's your mark? For enemies ignore block and resistance, and then you have lose all armor and remove 10 armor. So, both of those are absolutely trashy and horrible. We hate them, and we're not going to simply put up with them. Are we? That stance is going to be an evil thing, isn't it? Alright, let's see. I did about 50 odd damage to you last time, which means I'm gonna have to magic doll you before I bloody Rose. And I don't want to bloody Rose because she's in that stupid stance. So...
Being born was your first mistake.
Okay. So now... you can heal yourself. You can miss, apparently. Thank you. You can do that, and I suspect you to hit him at least once. Thank you. Now let's start making her go insane. Fuck. I mean, you do cancel
Nice shot,
the stance by doing that, so you might be better off doing nothing now, Kotra. Considering the big concern is actually killing the gargoyle. So, of course, if we can do stress damage to her, we should, but... Okay. Just a skeleton. Cause the insanity, please. Thank you very much.
This world will be mine.
Glorious, glorious, simply grand and glorious. And we got a Philosopher's Stone. Nice. I'm going to equip that now, just so I don't forget to. Boom.
Fetching.
Well, guys, now we can make ourselves a Fallen Dhampir. The Fallen Dhampir feels the burden of her curse far stronger than other minions. Submitting herself to her vampiric nature only served to put into perspective all the things that she had lost. Even though her murderous strength was not waned a bit, her only escape from the shame and guilt of her submission lies in the brief bout of bloody euphoria she experiences as she drains enemies of Iratus dry. She has a whole eternity ahead of her to get used to it. She does indeed, and I can take one of these fallen Dhampirs and give them a level 18 brain. Let's make ourselves a new team, but I need to know what I should put in that team, is the thing, because we have quite a selection of minions right now. So let me know in the comments down below, what sort of minions do you think would go well with a Dhampir, a vampire, a shade, a blood phantasm, a lost soul? We should try at least all of them at least once, should we not? Also, what's your other form look like? I actually prefer you in grey. Well then, everyone, it looks like I'm all out of time for today's episode, so what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I've been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.